Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and our best power is friendship. Today we're going to be reviewing,
The Flash.
Duet, the musical crossover. Um, so, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. It was pretty funny. I was glad for the humour. Like, if they did it straight and took it serious, I probably would have pulled my hair out because I'm not big on musicals personally, but at least it was funny.
It's funny that like you never know this stuff about any of the characters, and then it just so happens this week you find out that they love musicals and they watch musicals all the time, and it's like, oh, they could have mentioned that one time in the past, like maybe even fleeting, but no. It's like they're massive fans of musicals, and we only just find out this episode. So yeah,
I'm not sure that's something I ever would have wanted to know, to be honest.
well, they make so many other references.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah, they reference everything pop culture. So yeah, basically, the Martian Manhunter, Mon-El, and come through with Kara, and it's like, yo, it's popped off. This guy's put her in a coma. Help! It's like the guy who did it's come here as well, looking for the fastest man alive. Which is, I thought the music Meister was good. I mean, so yeah, he puts then goes ahead and puts Barry in a coma. See, his powers are sick. I didn't know they stacked, but it turned out they stacked. So he's got all Supergirl's powers and he's got the Flash's power as well. So I mean, he's pretty sick, right? If he wasn't just like batty creased,
No.
yeah,
It's a plot device. Really, really sick. Calm down.
his powers are.
He puts people in a dream when they sing. Like, he's not some badass character, is he? It was a fun plot device. I'm with you, but
Well, no, because there's a reference made that like he says it himself. It's like, oh, you're here because you've got a love of musicals, but it's like I could have kind of put you in anything. It's not just a musical. He just puts you into like a coma,
whatever
wherever.
it is, puts them in a coma. It's, who cares?
Yeah, but he gets their powers as well. That's sick.
So what? He doesn't do anything with them.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. But I mean, if he did, he'd be a lot decent.
But he didn't, though, did he?
Yeah, but he's a cruddy character, so I mean,
quite
if he
right.
did, it would have been better. But I'm saying is the potential for his power is pretty sick.
I guess.
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, the kind of whole coma thing is so they can kind of get back together with their other halves, obviously Barry and Iris and Mon-El and Kara. So I like the way they kicked up such a fuss in the kind of previous episodes. Oh, we need some time alone, blah blah blah, and then Kara's like, "Nah, I deserve better than you lying to me. It's over." And then literally like one episode later, it's like, "I'll forget about it." You know what I mean?
Well, now, I'm losing the will to live with this guy.
What? Because he didn't start singing.
No, because he cried like a bitch in the last episode, and now he's still falling around. Have some pride, man.
Yeah, Kara's obviously, hot stuff. So
She's fine, I'll give you that.
So musical fans you had, I mean, pretty much. I mean, Winn was singing and playing the piano, so that was a bit of a revelation. Obviously, I know Martin Stein's a bit of a singer. Like, he was singing pure opera stuff and stuff like that. Obviously, you can remember from Earth 2 Joe, and of course they had to have John Barrowman in there. Had to have him, man. Had to have him. Like, the only one completely unrelated to Supergirl and the Flash, and he
just pops right in, doesn't he? Of course he did.
He was loving it. He was absolutely loving it. It was good.
I tell you what, 20 years from now, they can do a musical episode of Doctor Who. He's still going to find a way to roll in on that, ain't he?
He's pre-recorded it, just in case.
No. He'll be ancient. He'll just play the face of Bo. He'll rock it out as well.
He was. I mean, how could you have a musical episode in the Arrowverse and not have John Barrowman in there? I mean, Jesus Christ! So all the Barrowman fans out there, they're obviously love that. So it was kind of like a mix. It was weird because they were singing like the old tunes and stuff like that, but they had like this. The one original song was like, "The best power we have is friendship," and then they start tap dancing, and stuff like that. I mean, there were a couple funny jokes in there, like she was like, I'm not going to sing it obviously, but she was like, oh, you can go back in time and change it, and then it's like, oh, actually I'm not supposed to do that. That was a good one. I mean, they tried to kind of play it out that like Mon-El and Iris were on it, and it was kind of like they were different, like West Side Story stuff going on. I mean, it really didn't do anything for the plot. I mean, I was expecting like a after thing sequence like the Flash normally does. I was expecting some kind of plot improvement or set up the next episode with S.T.A.R.
No, it's just, you know, and I think, to be honest, I think that would be out of place. But I think, like we talked about when we first discussed this coming up, I think a couple of weeks back now, it's if they wanted to do it, fine, and they've made a pretty good episode, in my opinion. It's just the timing's wrong. Like, why are you? I mean, with the Flash anyway. Like, why are you doing this now? You should have done this 2 months ago, maybe.
No, first half of the season, before like there was really much of a threat, because it kind of takes it down a gear. And I mean, they could explain away that obviously Barry and Iris were in a bad place, and now this just magically brings them together in the space of one episode. Same with Supergirl and Mon-El, but there's no like major need for them to kind of be together and stuff like that. I mean, they could have carried on the Flash thing and then have Barry and Iris get back together after he saves her from being killed. You know what I mean? So there was no massive thing. They just did it for the sake of doing it. I think to put it in like the last 5 episodes of the season, I mean, building it up is that they love to ruin things, in the sense that they've kind of, some of the episodes leading up to it have been a bit lackluster. It finally gets some momentum last episode, and I think, oh no, we'll just whack a completely superfluous episode in the middle of it and completely knock all the momentum off and completely just like ruin the flow of it for literally no more reason than the fact of, oh, we just wanted to have a musical thing. I mean, maybe it built up. I mean, another thing in terms of the plot, obviously it made Wally feel a little better, because you know, he was feeling a bit defeatist after his thing with S.T.A.R.
Yeah, that was a bit quick though, wasn't it? Like, it's like one thing. Well, there's a few things I do like the show, but I have a few things wrong with them. This is one of them. Like, you've got 22, 23 episodes in the season, but you do these things and it fixes itself so quickly. Like, his confidence was shattered in the last episode, and they're talking about, oh, it's going to take a long time for him to get over it. It's taking an episode. But that's it. Like, I mean, at least drag it out to the finale.
Yeah.
It's not like he's the main hero. You can still have the Flash do his thing, and he's a psychic. You know what I mean? But it does what it does, and I still think if you're going to do this kind of like off-track crap, at least make it work. And for the most part, I thought it worked. They, you know, like you said, did the West Side Story thing, and West Side Story is basically Romeo and Juliet, I think, in musical form, right? So you had the warring families, you had Joe and Stein hooking up.
That was a statement. And then you had the whole kicking the door down, and it was like, oh, I'll kick the door down, and then Supergirl was like, no, I'll kick the door down, and then Barry was like, oh, it wasn't a gender thing, let's kick it down together. And it was just like, wow, that was heavy-handed.
Yeah, it is. It felt like a way of having your cake and eat it too. It's like, let's empower Supergirl, but let's point out that this is like a man-woman dynamic, isn't it? But, you know, I thought for the most part they had good chemistry.
Yeah, obvious.
Yeah, the two of them. I still don't get what was the point of the whole
John
2
Barrowman.
minutes. Yeah, John Barrowman. Yeah, I think. Well, we know why he did it. You know what I mean? He wanted to sing a song. I thought he did pretty good as well. I think that was the best song.
The singing was top notch. I enjoyed the singing bits. I mean, I was going into it stony face, but I mean, I knew in my heart that I was gonna like the singing and the dancing.
Barrowman rocks it, man. He's a star. I don't care. Fulsome and everything.
His voice did sound good, but I think there was a little touch work done there because it doesn't sound like his like off his album. Carry on. What was the point you were gonna make?
Have you listened to his album?
I've listened to a couple of his songs. Well, there's a couple of songs that I like, so I like in general, and he just happens to cover them. So it's like,
Oh, is that what it is? Does he just do like show tunes and whatnot?
I'm trying to think. What's that song? I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to get too much into. What's
Come on,
that?
people love it.
Oh, there's that weird song. I can't think what it is.
That weird song, that's descriptive.
But really, like, kind of the love songs. You know what I mean? But like, what was the point you were gonna make? And I if I remember, I'll get back to it.
I don't know. We got derailed.
Because you were like, there were a couple things that I did that. Whatever, and then I said John Barrowman, and you completely forgot. So,
I still forgot, but for the most part, I thought the episode was pretty strong. Music, yeah, I didn't hate the music, but I still thought it served his purpose. But I still don't get it. What's his thing? Like at the end, I don't get it. He just like brings people together. So I always want it like. I get the thing with like Iris and you know when they get shot or whatever and they die in a street.
I couldn't believe that kind of made me laugh. That was so dumb. He hears gunshots and then he just dashes. It's like, right, if you get killed in this, you will die in real life. You don't have your powers clearly. Hear gunshots, runs outside. He gets a hot lick and then she runs out like 5 minutes later and she catches one as well or something. It was obviously them trying to like stop it there, and they thought, right, we've kind of come to the end of the story, we've got to get him out of this coma now. I know, let's shoot him.
I didn't get and then there's lying there like just waiting for him. I didn't get like the music Meister like, oh, you have to prove your love, blah blah blah, that crap, right? I get it with Barry and Iris, but Supergirl and Mon-El have been dating for what, 2 weeks?
Well, it's interesting because he seems to know a lot about everything, the Music Meister. So maybe he thought, like, oh, you want to know what? I'm sick of them umming and ahhing, and now they've split up again. It's like, for God's sake, get them back together and leave them at that. Because he knows all about Barry and S.T.A.R and the Speed Force and all that stuff, and he just seems to know about everything somehow. Maybe
if he knows so much, Barry should just ask him who the fuck S.T.A.R was.
Oh,
well, save us some time, pal.
Yeah, I think that happens next episode. I think someone turns up next episode who knows who S.T.A.R is, so...
Oh, they got it right, isn't he? But how many episodes have we got left of the season? Can't be many.
4, 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I think we covered all the points. Let's talk numbers.
Hold on, we missed the end. I like the songs for the most part. I thought they were cool, but the one where I was like, okay, you've gone too far, was the last one.
What was that?
When they're back in the real world and Barry whacks on his phone and starts singing like to Iris.
Oh yeah.
It's like, nah, you've overstepped the mark here.
Oh yeah, it was a good song, but
bit awkward. But at least they got the marriage proposal out of the way, and we can move on now with all that crap.
Yeah, until something else happens.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll mess around with them two again for a while. At least not next season.
Yeah.
Supergirl, on the other hand, is going to be back to the relationship drama. You know it is.
I think they're going to be. I think they're going to go solid. They're going to be kind of
okay
right, until like
until Mon-El off.
Yeah, until he gets taken away, and then it's going to be so sad. It's like, who is she going to end up dating? Are they just going to bring in a new character next season?
Don't be Jimmy.
Are they just going to bring in a new character next season for her to date?
Well, imagine I don't think they'll kill Mon-El. I think he'll go in probably the Phantom Zone or something. So I think she's going to spend a while looking for Mon-El, and then they'll probably bring someone in for her to date. Who it is, I don't know.
If they're making such a feminist statement, why does she need to have a boyfriend?
Because
that's my contradiction. Why does she have to have a love interest?
Because even feminists need someone, don't they?
Yeah, to man hate. Right, so let's talk numbers.
Wow.
That's all they need to keep them warm at night.
You know what, I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah.
I had a good time, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I'm bugged by kind of how superfluous it was. I'm at least in, like we said, in terms of the timing. I thought the resolution with the villain was a bit weak, but as far as the episode itself, it was fun.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5. I enjoyed it a lot, but there's one problem now.
What's that?
Because I guess it was so well received and people seem to like it.
Gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do it again. They're gonna milk it for all it's worth.
Oh,
So,
Barrowman the sequel. I love it.
maybe they'll do like a musical crossover of like Arrow,
Oh,
Flash.
you know what? I would love it if they did it with Arrow, but it's just like Oliver Queen stood there stone faced throughout the whole thing.
He'd be like Barrowman, except obviously Barrowman can sing, but he'd get way into it. He'd get way into it, and it'd sound real
Oh, I hate
monotone.
that.
And he'll have that grin on his face, like he's loving it. That is like, oh, this is so amazing. Everyone's just like.
The only way I can accept him doing it is if it's like Batman in the Lego movie when he sings his own song. I'll be alright with that.
Jeez, I mean, even Cisco was singing. So
Yeah,
yeah, that is our review of Duet, the musical episode of The Flash. I'm Sam,
I'm that.
and this has been the Superhero Hub. See you in the next episode.